So good morning, everyone. In last lecture, we started the new point, that is coordinate systems. Okay. So in that, we have seen there are three coordinate systems. First is the Cartesian, or it is also called rectangular coordinate system. Okay. Then second is the cylindrical coordinate system, and third is the spherical coordinate system. Okay. So we have seen the first coordinate system, that is the rectangular or Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, so in this coordinate system, we have seen that there are three coordinates, that is x, y, and z. That is, there are three axes: x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, and angle between these three axes is equal to 90 degree, and this is your origin. So for understanding, you can consider any corner at your home. Okay, so after that, we have seen what are the different planes when we are considering any constant. Okay, so for example, if I consider here, okay, suppose this is your x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, and if I consider here the x is equal to constant. Okay, if x is equal to constant, then the plane will be the plane present will be y and z. Okay, so your y-axis is in this direction, and z is in vertical direction. Okay, so if we take the differential surfaces here, these horizontal components are showing the dy, and these vertical components are showing your dz axis. Okay, similarly, if we take y is equal to constant, okay, if we take y is equal to constant, then your x and z terms will be present. Okay, so your x-axis is in this direction. Okay, so this is your x-axis, and now your z-axis will be present. So z is vertical here. Okay, so z is vertical. Just wait. Z is vertical. So this will be your dx, and this vertical is your dz when your y is equal to constant. Okay, means what? Here this x-axis is perpendicular. Okay, here your y-axis is perpendicular. Okay, y is perpendicular, here x is perpendicular. Similarly, if you take the z is equal to constant, okay, if you take z is equal to constant, then what should be present? Y and x should be present. So the x is in this direction and y is in this direction, that is horizontal. So this will be your differential surface areas, that is, this is dx and dy when your z is equal to constant and z is in this direction. Okay, z axis is in this direction. So these are your differential areas. So from that we obtain one summary. Okay, summary. So in summary, we considered the different points, that is the point for, if we consider any point P or Q, so for that point the coordinates will be x, y, and z. Okay, so for that point the coordinates will be x, y, and z. Okay, then if we consider the unit vectors, okay, so the unit vectors for the Cartesian coordinate systems are a bar x, a bar y, and a bar z, right? Then if we consider the differential lengths, okay, differential lengths. So if we are going in x direction, okay, if we are going in x direction, if there is a small change in length in x direction, that is denoted by dx, right? Similarly, what is the differential length in y direction? What is the differential length in y direction? Yes? Anyone? All of you getting or not? Yes or no? Yes, Rajeshri? समझते का? Yes or no? Who is this Galaxy J2 core? Galaxy J2 core. Rename yourself. Varsha, getting or not? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this Galaxy J2 core, rename yourself first. Okay. So here, the differential lengths are in x direction, it is dx, right? So if I take the small section, that will be dx. Similarly, if we take in y direction, it is dy, and in z direction, it is dz. Okay. Then we can find the differential areas. Okay. Differential areas. Okay. So here, if I consider x is equal to constant. Okay. So if I consider x is equal to constant, what is the differential area? What is the differential area? ds is equal to if x is equal to constant, what is present? What is present here?
dy and dx.
dy and dz. So it is simply dy into dz. Okay. So if y is equal to constant, then what is ds? If y is equal to constant, what is ds? Dx into dz. And if z is equal to constant, then ds is equal to dx into dy. Okay. So in this way, you can find the differential areas. But if the vector differential areas are asked, then what to do? So vector differential areas means you have to multiply there by a vector quantity. So to give direction, what we are doing? We are multiplying by a unit vector, right? So for finding vector differential areas, so here we will write here 1, 2 and 3. Okay, then you will understand. So if x is equal to constant, then if this is a vector, then this is ds1 bar. If x is equal to constant, then your differential area is actually it is dy dz. But as this is a vector quantity, right? This is a vector quantity. Therefore, you should multiply by unit vector, right? That unit vector is a bar. But what is the perpendicular vector to this plane? That is the x direction. So this should be a bar x. Okay, this should be a bar x. Similarly, what is the ds2 bar? What should be ds2 bar?
dx dz a bar y.
Dx dz a bar y. Correct. Because this is the surface area dx dz and the perpendicular unit vector is a bar y here. Similarly, ds3 bar is equal to dx3 bar is equal to dx dy into unit vector a bar z. Okay. So in summary, write down these points. Can I erase this left hand side?
Yes, madam.
Now, the next one is the differential volume. And actually we have taken only the differential lengths here. Note the vector differential length also. Vector differential length. So this vector differential length is denoted by dl bar. Okay, vector differential length is denoted by dl bar, and it is actually dx, dy, and dz. So if we take for all three directions, then we should again multiply by the unit vector. Therefore, yesterday only we derived equation for the differential length dl bar, right? That is we considered 2 points, sorry, in last lecture we considered 2 points p dash. So p dash is having coordinates x plus dx, y plus dy, and z plus dz, and p is having coordinates x, y, and z. So from that we find here the vector differential length, that is dl bar, is equal to dx into unit vector a bar x plus dy a bar y and plus dz a bar z, right? So this is the vector differential length, and the last one is the differential volume. Differential volume. So if we consider here one rectangle. So consider this one rectangle. Okay. So differential volume for this rectangle. How to find this differential volume? What can be the differential volume here? So here in x direction, the length is dx, in y it is dy, and in z direction it is dz. Okay, so the differential volume of this rectangle is given as dx, dy, and dz. Okay, so simply write this dx, dy, and dz. Okay. So all of you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now today we'll start with the second coordinate system. Noted, can I erase?
Yes, ma'am.
So today we'll start with the second coordinate system, that is cylindrical coordinate system. Just wait for a minute. Okay. Hello. Hello everyone. Just wait for a minute only. Sir's recording is going on practical. Just wait for a minute only. हॅलो. हा सर, त्याचं पासवर्ड वगैरे ते लॉग आउट झाले कम्प्लीट. झूमच लॉग आउट झाले. तुम्ही दुसरीकडून कुठून चालू केले का? हा पण सर इथूनच लॉग आउट झाले आता. बरं ते एस वायचा पासवर्ड मला सांग. सांग. नाहीतर सर डबल न पाठवा ना, नाहीतर असं करा. ओके ठीक. हॅलो, एक मिनिट. हा. So here the cylindrical coordinate system, second coordinate system is this. All of you have seen the cylinder. Okay, so everyone knows how the cylinder is, right? Now in this cylindrical coordinate system, actually there are no all lengths, because we have seen in Cartesian coordinate system we are considering the three coordinates, that is x, y and z, right? These three are nothing but we are going from origin towards that axis, means we are considering only the length there. Okay, means from 0 to 5 on x axis, so it is the 5 meter, etc. So all are the simple lengths there, values. But here in cylindrical coordinate system there are different coordinates, means there are not only lengths but here we are considering angle also. Okay, so in cylindrical coordinate system there are three coordinates, that is r, phi and z. Now how it is, we will see. Okay, so first consider one cylinder here. So before that, again we will draw the Cartesian coordinate system, because we are considering here with respect to that only. So it is x, y and z axis. Now draw one cylinder here. Okay, so this is your cylinder and this is your origin. Okay, now this cylinder, okay, concentrate first and then I'll give time to write you, because here understanding is more important. Okay, now if you see this z-axis, okay, if you see the z-axis, this z-axis is nothing but the central axis of your cylinder. Okay, and this cylinder is placed at a ground. Okay, this cylinder is placed at a ground and this z-axis is the central axis of your cylinder. Okay, then if I consider any point of the surface of the cylinder, if I consider any point of the surface of cylinder, so from the central axis, from this central axis, which is the center of your cylinder, towards the surface of the cylinder is nothing but the radius of your cylinder. Okay, from the central axis to the surface is nothing but the radius of your cylinder. So if you consider this origin to this point also, this is also your radius. So if we consider this is also a surface side of your cylinder, and if I consider here from cylinder to this side, then this is also your radius. Okay, because this z is your central axis. Okay, and from the center to the surface, everywhere that will be your radius. Okay, now this r is equal to constant. R is equal to constant is the surface cylinder. Okay, that is your surface cylinder. Now tell me, from which point to which point this radius can vary? This radius can vary. What can be the value of radius? It can be negative? Yes or no? It can be negative. If you consider any cylinder, so how its radius will vary, or from which value it will start, or at the center or on this z-axis, what is the value of radius r of the cylinder? Anyone? Reply fastly. This Galaxy J2 core. Who is this Galaxy J2 core? What's your name? Unmute yourself. Yes. What is the minimum radius, or what is the radius at the z-axis, at the center? Raviraj Kamble. All of you understand or not? If not, tell me. Yes. Or is it necessary to explain again? Okay. So one student said we don't understand. Okay. So I'll explain again. Okay. So all of you understand that this is one cylinder. Okay. Imagine one cylinder. Okay, at least you know that, right? So consider that cylinder is placed in X, Y and Z axis. Okay, this is your origin. So consider one cylinder. Okay. And you can draw the better diagram because I am using slate here and difficult to draw. So consider x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. So this is your cylinder now. Okay. Now this z-axis is the center of your cylinder. Okay. Z-axis is the center of your cylinder. So from this center, okay, from this center to the surface, if I go towards the surface of the cylinder, so it is showing the radius. Yes or no? हे तरी समजलंय का?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Similarly, in this whole cylinder from top to bottom, if you go anywhere from this z-axis, that is from the center towards the surface, then it is showing your radius r. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, that I was saying only. So here you can consider any point on the surface, and from the z-axis, which is your central axis, from z-axis to the surface, anywhere if you check, that will show the radius of your cylinder. Okay. Now, just tell me, so if I want to measure the value of this radius r, if I want to measure radius r, so what is the value of that radius r on this z-axis? What will be radius?
Z-axis la.
Huh?
Z-axis.
On z-axis?
0.
0. Oh, yes, correct. So this r is equal to 0 at the center, because this is central axis. Z-axis is your center of the cylinder. Okay, so everywhere your radius is equal to 0. Okay, and what can be the radius of your cylinder? Is it defined? Is it defined? Yes or no? No, because you can take a small cylinder, you can take a big cylinder also. Okay, so this radius of cylinder varies from 0 to infinity. Okay, this r varies. R varies from 0 to infinity. R varies from 0 to infinity. Means the radius of cylinder can be infinity. Okay. So this is important. Okay. Just like your x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, your length can vary from 0 to infinity. From minus infinity to plus infinity, because we are considering the minus x-axis also, minus y-axis and minus z-axis. So it can vary from minus infinity to plus infinity. But here for cylinder, for radius, we cannot take the minus radius. Okay, so it will start from 0 only. Okay, so it varies from 0 to infinity. Okay, all of you understood this r coordinate, first coordinate? So this r is the radius of your cylinder. Okay, then the second coordinate is phi. Okay, so here again consider a Cartesian coordinate system. So what is actually this phi? X-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay, so this phi is the angle, concentrate, phi is the angle which starts from this x-axis. Okay, this angle starts from this x-axis and it is along the z-axis. Okay, it is along the z-axis. Okay, and it varies from 0 to 2 pi. Means simply it is starting from this x-axis and this angle is varying from in 360 degree. In 360 degree means it varies from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, it varies from 0 to 2 pi and it is along the z-axis. Okay, this angle is along the z-axis. So I'll show you how it is. Okay, so this axis, this is starting from your x-axis. Okay, this angle starts from your x-axis and this can vary from 0 to 2 pi. 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so this is your angle phi. Okay, this is your angle phi and at every point on z-axis you can measure that angle. Okay, means along this z-axis everywhere you can measure this angle phi. Okay, remember this phi varies from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, 0 to 2 pi means at the x-axis this angle value is equal to 0 and when it will complete and again come to x-axis then the whole angle will be 2 pi here. Okay, समजलंय का? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then how to find this angle? How to find this angle? So here, if we consider, if we actually we want to find the lengths, okay, differential lengths. So if you take the r coordinate first, that is the radius of cylinder. What can be the small differential radius? Differential radius or so what can be that length? If I consider the small differential radius, that will be equal to dr, right? Dr. If I want to change it in a very small value, then it is equal to dr. But how can I measure this value? Okay, so if I consider this is the x-axis, okay, means this angle is starting from x-axis and suppose this is your angle phi here. Okay, at the ground level, this is your angle phi. Then how we can measure this length? Everyone knows how to measure this? This is your angle phi, right? So how to measure this length? What is this? This is x-axis, right? This is making angle phi. Then how to measure this length? What is this? That is your arc. Okay, so this is your arc. Then how to find arc? Arc is equal to, what is the formula of arc? Yes, how to find arc? So this arc is equal to radius into angle. Okay. So here the radius of cylinder, okay, radius of cylinder is here this, here we have seen, you can imagine this cylinder. So if we are considering this origin, okay, origin up to this length, up to this point, so that is your radius of cylinder, okay, that is r into the angle. Now here actually angle is phi, but when we are considering the small section, that time this angle we are considering is d phi, okay, this angle is d phi when we are considering the differential length, differential angle, differential surfaces. Okay, so this is your arc. This arc is equal to radius into angle, that is r d phi. Okay, so all of you understood this point? Yes or no? The second coordinate phi. So this arc will be required for finding the differential areas and differential lengths. That's why I told you now only. But here the new 2 points we have seen, that is the radius of cylinder, which is varying from 0 to infinity, and the angle phi. This angle phi is varying from 0 to 2 pi. This angle is along the z-axis and it starts from the x-axis. Okay, समजलंय का? समजलंय का? Yes or no? Okay. ऋषिकेश, दीपक विभूते, दीपक, प्रियंका, प्रियंका, समजलंय का सगळ्यांना? You can simply unmute and tell me. If no, then I will explain again. Is repetition necessary? Yes or no? Shraddha? प्रशांत? समजलंय का नाही? Just tell me once only, then I'll continue otherwise. सागर, सागर घाडगे. All of you attending lecture or not?
Yes.
प्रीती,
Yes, ma'am.
समजतंय का?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is very basic because if you understand these coordinate systems, then only you will understand the next part. Okay. So your first chapter is very important here. Okay. Now we'll see the third coordinate, that is Z. Okay, Z coordinate. So all of you noted this? Can I erase? Just draw this. And here this phi is equal to constant. Just draw this fastly. So I'll rub the left hand side here only. Now third coordinate is your z coordinate. That is z is equal to constant. Okay, so the third coordinate z. So this z coordinate is nothing but the length of this cylinder, or simply the height of the cylinder, okay, from the origin here, okay, from the origin. Now here the cylinder is placed on the floor, okay, this cylinder is placed on the floor, or you can say in the x and y plane. Then from the origin towards z axis, okay, towards z axis is nothing but the length of your cylinder. So if it is varying, suppose this is your origin, means this is the base of your cylinder, okay, this base is placed at the origin, and the total height, suppose at this point, this is the top surface of your cylinder, that is nothing but your z plane. So if you are going anywhere, okay, so this point is showing the length of your z axis, okay, this point is showing the length of your z axis is nothing but the length of your cylinder, okay, it is nothing but the length of your cylinder, okay. So if I put this cylinder towards negative z axis also, I can put this cylinder towards negative z axis also, okay, that will also show the length of your cylinder, okay. So up to this point, okay, this is your 0 to z distance, okay, that is nothing but your 0 to z distance, that is the length of the cylinder. So it can be put at the negative z axis also. Therefore this z coordinate varies. So from which point to which point it will vary? Yes, this z coordinate will vary from 0 to z, 0 to minus z, या minus infinity to plus infinity, या 0 to infinity, 0 to minus infinity.
0 to infinity.
0 to infinity, is it right? What I told you, you can put this cylinder in negative z axis also, okay. Here only it is put on the positive z axis, but you can put on negative also, okay, on negative z axis also. So its length can vary from minus infinity to plus infinity, okay. This cylinder can vary from minus infinity to plus infinity, okay. So means in simply I'll show here. X, Y, and Z. Okay, and suppose this is your negative Z axis. Okay, and this is your origin. Okay, it means that your length is varying from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so you can put this cylinder anywhere, okay, along this Z axis. So this Z is equal to constant varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so your R varies from radius of cylinder, R coordinate varies from which point to which point?
0 to infinity.
0 to infinity. Then phi varies from
0 to 2 pi.
0 to 2 pi. Okay, and your Z varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so note this everything, then we'll see the differential areas. Can be fast, and if you have already noted, tell me so that I can erase the screen. Okay, what? Okay, what? Okay. So now we'll see the differential areas. Okay, so first, okay, so here constants or the coordinates are R, phi, and Z. Okay, remember coordinates for cylindrical system are R, phi, and Z. Okay, so here first we'll consider this R is equal to constant. Okay, R is equal to constant. Now, if R is equal to constant, then what is present? Phi and Z are present. Yes or no? Correct hai ka? If R is equal to constant, then what will be present? Phi and Z, right? Phi and Z will be present. So, here if phi is present, means angle is present, then for that purpose, we have to consider the arc here. Okay, if this is the angle, if I consider this is small angle d phi, this is the radius of your cylinder. Okay, and this is your arc. Okay, arc. Then that is nothing but if we want to find the arc that is the length means from x-axis we are varying in anti-clockwise direction, okay, and along the z-axis. So this arc, that is the length, is nothing but radius into angle, which is equal to r into d phi. Okay, so here we have to find this, or we have to show this here. Okay, so here that can be shown as, if r is equal to constant, then this r into d phi will be present, okay, and your z will be present, that is small dz, which is the vertical z-axis, okay, which is your vertical z-axis. So this will be your differential area. This is your r into d phi, and this is your dz. Okay, all of you understand this? Yes or no? समझते का? Or is it necessary to take first the differential lengths? I think you are not getting, so I'll go in a simple manner again, then you will understand. Okay. And this subject is purely imaginary. Here you have to consider one cylinder. Okay, imagine one cylinder, then how the points will be there, how the surfaces will be there. You have to imagine only here. Okay, so again we will consider cylinder, then you will understand, I hope. Okay, now this is your cylinder. Okay, so from this z-axis to the surface, this is your radius r. Okay, now, so I'm considering that the angle phi is starting from the x-axis. Okay, so this is showing your angle phi, and this is your origin. Okay, so if I consider the small angle, that is your d phi, Now, when I want to find the differential length, okay, if I want to find the differential length, then for this r, the differential length is dr, right? For the radius of cylinder, the differential length will be dr. Then for the angle, the differential angle will be d phi. Now I want to find the length, okay, that is length of this. So this angle is started at x-axis, and it is along this z-axis and up to this point. So I want to find this differential length. This differential length is nothing but the arc, right? So the arc is equal to radius into angle. This arc is equal to radius into angle. So the radius is r, and this angle is d phi. Therefore, we get here the differential length. Okay, and if I consider the z coordinate, the differential length for the z will be dz. Okay, so here we will see first the summary. So what is the point here? Point having coordinates. So if I consider the point P at this cylinder, so what are the coordinates for the cylindrical system? If I consider any point P in this cylinder, then what will be the coordinates for point P? What are the coordinates in cylindrical system?
Yes, so
R, phi and Z, right? Then just tell me what can be the unit vectors? Unit vector. So if I consider the R coordinate, then the unit vector in direction of R is given as A bar R. Okay, so that is your first unit vector, A bar R. Then the unit vector in direction of phi, the unit vector in direction of phi is given as, A bar phi. Okay, this is A bar phi. And the third unit vector in direction of Z is given as A bar Z. Okay, so these are the 3 unit vectors here. Okay, हे समजलेत का सगळ्यांना? In whatever directions we are going, that is nothing but your unit vectors. Okay, then the third is the differential lengths. Now tell me, what is the differential length for R coordinate? R coordinate साठी differential length काय आहे?
DR.
Yes, dr, correct. Then what is the differential length for phi coordinate? This is your differential length, that is nothing but the arc. So what is that length?
D phi.
It is R into d phi. You cannot take only d phi, that is only your angle. That is only your angle. But here the differential length is nothing but the arc. Okay, arc, and that is R into d phi. And what is the differential length for Z coordinate? For Z coordinate, when we are going in Z direction, what is the differential length? It is simply dz. Okay. So these are the differential lengths here. We'll see the differential areas in next lecture because the time is over here. So everyone note all of this and read once again so that you will understand at least better than this. And again, we'll see the differential areas and the revision in next lecture. Okay. So thank you all. Okay, we'll repeat in tomorrow's lecture because from your response only I understood that few people still not understood how to take the differential lengths and how to take the differential areas. Okay, so for today we'll stop here and thank you and have a nice day.